should have already been on here for sure.
And we're going.
We're going. We're live.
Yay.
We're live. It is Christmas. and
Feliz
Steamboat
Navidad.
Streams, yes.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, you're welcome for us being here.
Yeah. Prospero, Pancho, and Konnichiwa. Yeah, I know those aren't the lyrics. My Spanglish is super broken today.
Mine's broken every day.
Oh, is it?
I just say chinchilla. I'll just throw that out there whenever someone starts speaking Spanish.
I don't even think that's like for real Spanish. Like I think that's just an animal.
Hey man,
It is
Chinchilla,
just
dude.
animal. Yeah.
You chinchilla.
dude, why don't you chinchilla out?
You-
Dude?
Why don't you take a chinchilla pill?
Chinchilla and nah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to Steamboat Comedy Podcast. I am Kyle Ruff. Man speaking Spanish is the half pseudo-Mexican that we have here, Mr. Miles Sanchez.
3/4 pseudo-Mexican. Come on. My friends back home, depending on what they want to hurt my feelings, either call me Machete Blanco or Machete Gordo. I mean,
Aww.
it depends on how bad they want to hurt my feelings that day.
Which one do you prefer? I mean, now I just need to know.
I'm going to keep that to myself, all right? Either way, it's going to hurt my feelings a little bit.
Well, Gordo kind of sounds like Goro, which is that big forearm guy from Mortal Kombat. He's kind of cool.
Gordo literally means fat
Yeah,
in
but-
Spanish.
Your Spanish is broken, huh?
Yeah, it's...
Moving on. So,
Wow.
and joining us is the very funny and talented Miss Kalynn Smith. Say
Hi,
hello.
Hi.
Oh my God.
so nice to be here. Oh my God.
So, yes, thanks for joining us this Christmas. We obviously aren't with our families. We're here with the comedy family.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you.
I'm going to see if my parents might actually listen to this podcast today. They probably won't, but it's all right.
I'll put it out, and then I'll call all my family and be like, you have to listen to this.
Yeah, it's
It's
the Christmas podcast. It's my gift to you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah,
That's
you're
why I didn't
welcome.
buy you anything this
Yep.
year.
I got you the gift of comedy, the gift that keeps on giving.
Exactly.
I've just decided I was a piece of shit all December, and I had like all the time in the world to send my care package home to my family. But I was like, I'll just do it after the holiday. Seems like a lot easier with the post office and everything.
That's true.
The
It's
post office doesn't seem most terrifying, though.
Oh, dude, it's a zoo in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Every time you go, like, the entire floor is wet for no reason. Like, everything is wet. And there's always 75 people. If you look in the back room, there's just, like, it's like, you know, at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where there's just
Yeah.
that big warehouse. And
Oh
there's
my
just, like,
God.
it's like that, but it's all Amazon boxes.
Yeah, for sure.
See, for me, that mental image is just X-Files. You're just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, that's where my package went from 3 years ago. Steamboat Post Office.
There's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a black hole in there that it
Yep.
falls into.
You guys probably don't realize this, but there's also like notoriously one of the clerks there just hits on every female that comes through that door.
Wow.
It's kind of amazing.
Oh, which guy? Is he younger looking?
Mm-hmm, kind of like short hair, like brown, like
He's a little more tan.
sort of. I mean, he's like
I don't know if you would
he seems
consider
like a
him
white
white or
guy to
not,
me.
but
he
he's
seems like a
tanner
white guy to
guy.
me.
Okay.
But like he's
He's
like
probably just sitting there like, man, I got these benefits,
dude,
good.
literally
I
like
got these post office benefits, good.
And you
want to
kinda-
get on this?
you can kind of estimate when someone was born based on how much they appreciate it. Like some of the women are like, I fucking want a calendar of him. Oh my God, he is my dream man.
He worked for the post office.
post
That's
office man.
security, good.
You know he's timely.
Well, or not.
or not, not in Steamboat.
Nope.
He always takes longer than he means to.
Whoa.
I know
Whoa.
He says some charged things. He's like, oh, your box is overflowing. And I'm like, I think I know what you're saying.
Like, oh, buddy.
I hope I do.
I also deliver to the back door. You know what I mean? I handle with care.
Yes. I handled your package. Can you handle mine?
Seems oversized.
I won't charge you for shipping and handling, but you will be handling.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I think we beat that one to death. We can move on.
Yeah, segue. Segue.
So,
Christmas.
Christmas. What a great, glorious time.
Post office and yeah.
Well, I know if you guys are in the same schedule as me, but for me, Christmas means work like crazy in this town, at least.
I lucked the fuck out because you were like, oh, Miles, comedy stuff, Tuesday, Wednesdays, take those off. So at the beginning of the season, I was like, Tuesday, Wednesdays, I need off for comedy and my extracurricular activities. And they're like, okay, we can arrange that. what Christmas Eve, Christmas Day are both on Tuesday, Wednesday. So
So it's New Year's and New Year's Day.
I am just like, I'm not even
So
questioning. I
lucky.
luck the fuck out.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, as a food and beverage employee that doesn't have to work on those holidays, I literally was like, nobody call me.
That's a Christmas miracle. Bud.
Christmas fucking miracle. So I didn't even care if I got any presents. I was off. I slept in yesterday. Took my dog out for a Christmas walk,
Nice.
And then instead of going to church, I saw Star Wars. It was great. It's the
Oh
best.
my god.
Yeah.
Like
do we
I
wanna
know that we
do-
can't. I know we can't talk about this in any way, but like, scale of 1 to 10.
I give it a solid 7.
Me too. Okay, me too.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking like the 6, 7.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say 6.5, and I was like,
It was.
eh.
It was at first 7. Or it was at first like an 8, and then kind of upon review for myself, once the edibles wore off, I was like more like a 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to watch it again a little more sober. Like I definitely did a couple bong rips before I went, and then we definitely smuggled in some twisted teas.
Oh yeah. Well,
So-
that's gotta happen. Like I love the Steamboat Theater because you always hear like cracking.
Dude, it was the best. Like I always try and do it in the previews, like
You'll be
when
there for
there's
Frozen,
gunfire
and
or
it'll be like-
something, so no one hears it. But then I realized, like nobody cares.
Right.
Like,
Oh yeah. Nobody gives a shit.
No.
I usually just go get cruisers, like a sub next door, and I'll
I-
just like stick it in my pocket.
we
and
did
walk
do
in and-
that. Like I actually was pissed off because I had a Chipotle ranch stain on my shirt when I left the theater. I was like, no.
Did you get the carnitas?
Yes.
Oh,
you
that's
gotta
the
get
best
the
one.
You
carnitas.
gotta get the
Yes.
carnitas. Shout out to Cruiser Subs.
Yeah, I love them.
Cruisers.
Sponsor
God.
us, maybe.
Also, I mean, what are those 12-year-olds at the movie theater really gonna do if you walk in with a whole cruiser sub just in your hand? You're just like, hey, you're 12, and they're like, oh yeah, right.
Oh yeah. Hey, I did this when I was your age, and I didn't give a shit either. Like,
Right.
I literally, yeah. Movie theaters.
Excuse me, sir. You can't eat that. They're get out of my face.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
threaten them. But so Star Wars. I'll just say this: I thought the last one was really bad,
It was so
and
garbage.
they did a good job of working around.
They did a
that
really
one.
good job of a fumble recovery.
Yes.
You know?
Kyle, you didn't like Space Vegas?
Oh boy,
Space Vegas was stupid. Guillermo del Toro was such a waste.
I
Like
know. Yeah,
he didn't even make it into
That
this
thing?
one. Like that was a pointless character with a pointless.
Oh, you mean Benicio?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I meant. Not Guillermo. Yeah.
The other Del Toro.
The other
Yes.
Del Toro.
There were so many things of that are just like completely dumb and pointless.
Yeah.
Like when Luke died, he's like, I'm just gonna die for no reason. And then also like, oh, here's this guy, Snoke, he's the bad guy. Whoop, he's dead. Who was he? Doesn't matter.
doesn't
Moving on.
matter. Doesn't
Yep.
matter.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
No, I know. Now I like. I
You
can't
gotta- you
even
get a little
continue
clo-
this conversation without being super spoilery, so I
Yeah.
just have to keep my
Yep.
damn
All right,
mouth shut.
so let's move on.
Yep.
Kaylin had the idea of talking Christmas about Christmas movies, which Star Wars kind of qualifies as.
I do. Like I said, I literally replaced this Catholicism for me. Like,
Yeah.
like straight up.
I mean, you have the virgin birth. You have.
Yeah. I mean, at
People
least.
coming
senseless
back from the
violence.
dead.
Yeah, at least they're
apparently.
like, hey, if you want to be like in like, if you want to be a priest, at least you get like super cool Jedi powers and whatnot.
Is
And
that
then-
part of it?
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, I feel like Jedi are kind of like, like I don't know, Jesus-y priest kind of people.
Yeah, they're definitely like
Yeah.
disciples.
Yeah,
could
you know
say.
what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, if you want to be a follower, at least you get like cool powers. Otherwise, that's why.
Otherwise, it's just water to wine.
Yeah,
If you're
and you're not
Catholic,
getting
it's
laid for no reason.
sweet.
They're like, hey, if you're not gonna get laid, at least you get powers.
Yeah, if they pitched it that way, if they're like, Kyle, you want to be a priest? I'd be like, I don't know. They'd be like, well, here's the thing, you can use the Force now. I'd be like, okay.
But you can't have sex.
Yeah, but that's even the thing too. The Jedi are like, hey, like you could probably love somebody, but don't get attached, man. Attachments are not for not for us. Shit happens. You got to learn to let go.
I like how just like the end of the actual Catholic religion, like not letting priests have sex was the undoing of the Jedi
Oh,
Order
yeah.
too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're like, look, this is what happens when we like forbid love. You
Yeah.
know.
Slay younglings.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's Christmas. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
There were some air quotes on Slay there for those who don't see it.
Oh man, that's another thing. At least they just at least in like Star Wars, they just kill the kids. They don't rape them.
Oh boy.
Like I was like, yeah, at least it was quick.
I mean, they're both getting poked with a sword. Is that
So
That too
anyway,
much?
guys.
Anyways, back up. Anyways,
what we were trying to talk about 5 minutes ago was Christmas movies.
yeah.
So,
I think we made a very good case that Star Wars is in fact a Christmas movie, but
Yeah,
I was more
fair.
specifically referring to my question for both of you is, what is your favorite Christmas movie? and why?
Oh, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Die Hard, without a doubt, in my mind, is.
Is it actually your favorite Christmas movie, or are you just saying that because there's a big debate on whether or not it is a Christmas
No,
movie?
dude. It just like I remember, like it was like, it's the memory I have watching Die Hard. Honestly, like it was. I'd actually never seen it, and it was like Christmas time, and I was like in my shitty apartment with my roommates, and we're like, we are going to watch Die Hard on Christmas. And like we did. And then we also got really drunk and started smoking cigarettes inside the apartment because it was like, oh, this is
That is an Alabama Christmas.
yeah. So we had Totino's pizzas. Actually, we made what we called pizza taco pizza, which is where you put Totino's pizza rolls inside of a Totino's pizza and you fold it up
like a taco?
yeah, it's a
Nice.
pizza taco pizza.
I've definitely done that before, but I
Yeah.
didn't fold it, so it was just a pizza. Actually, one time we made a pizza, a frozen pizza with bagel bites and pizza rolls on it, and it was a pizza three
Merry
ways.
fucking Christmas.
Hell yes, dude.
I like that. It's like a turducken, but like for white trash.
Yeah. So shout out Brian Dunbar. Yeah, we made pizza taco pizzas and watched Die Hard and smoked cigarettes inside the house. For Christmas, that's like a good memory for me. So I'm like, like,
Oh man,
is it a good memory? I don't know, but it was a good time.
I love that.
Yeah.
That moved.
And then afterwards, we smashed.
Wait,
With
each
brothers. No.
Oh,
Okay.
like the video game,
Yeah.
not like buttholes.
No.
Right.
No.
Okay.
I went to a dark place there. I'm
But
sorry.
that's kind of what I meant to do, because like that's one of the fun things to do. Is like, me and Kyle smash all the time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just smashed like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
ago.
we smashed in
I know.
front
I
of you.
walked in on it.
Oh,
Walked in, me and my
was
roommate
actually
Dan. We
it
were
was
all
a-
just smashing
I was
hard.
surprised with who was on top, to be honest.
I'm usually not a bottom, but I was a bottom.
you were
We're
the
a
bottom
bottom
today.
today.
That's documented. 0 kills, Kyle.
I was the first one out too. I ran out of stamina, and you guys were smashing without me for a minute. So
yeah. And I just gave it to him.
And-
Man, this
okay.
got so elaborate.
And we're back to the movie
so,
thing
Kyle,
again.
what is your favorite Christmas
My
movie?
my favorite Christmas movie is Bad Santa.
Oh,
I
okay.
like it.
That's good.
I like it.
love Bad. It's like up there with just like my favorite movies in general. It's so clever and this like dark kind of like gritty humor. And Billy Bob Thornton is just the best in that movie.
The thing,
He's so funny.
I know so many like Billy Bob Thorntons in Alabama. You know what I mean? Just with that draw he has and just the I don't give a shit drunkenness. You know, it's just so I definitely can relate to that movie for sure. Like,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
especially Christmas in like the hottest place in the world. You know what I mean? Like, where are they at? Where are they at again? Like,
Where is that at? I can't remember. It's not.
It feels like Florida.
I feel like they're in.
Yeah.
I feel like they're in like Arizona or
There's
something.
yeah, it's something like that because there's no snow.
Yeah, it's deserty as fuck.
Yeah. But man, it's just so great. And there's like the dynamic he has with that kid.
Oh my god, I just want to like that kid's. I just want to tell him so many things. Like, just don't do any of that. Like, but it's dope.
My favorite part is when he finds out the kid's name is Thurman Merman. He's just looking at him and he's just like, wait a minute, your name is Thurman Merman? And the kid's like, yeah. And he just like stares at him. There's a pause. And he's just like, Jesus.
Of course it fucking is. Like,
It's so
Poor
great.
child.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Okay, so now I feel like really nostalgic saying this, but it is and always has been The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Ooh, that's a good
we
one.
were just talking about the other day. That was actually like been told to be one of the greatest tellings of A Christmas Carol.
It 100% is. I love that as a culture we need to constantly retell that story because we like feel the need to constantly remind ourselves that you have to scare the absolute living piss out of a capitalist to have him give a shit about anyone.
Yeah. Do you think that if we did A Christmas Carol starring Donald Trump, like, you think we could do that? Like, with the Muppets probably involved too.
See,
he pretty much is a Muppet at this point.
Pretty much is a Muppet,
Yeah.
and I also don't know what would scare him. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be like,
Yeah, at this point, aliens for sure. I think that'd
but
probably
you
be
have
the only.
Space Force now, dog.
Yeah, right.
Dude.
That's the one thing he's not afraid of. He's got that covered, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I trust Space Force like I probably trust the management at Timber and Torch. Like, no, absolutely not. No way.
I
They-
mean, I'm not gonna lie to you that like if this had happened when I was 11, I'd be super stoked on it because I would totally want to be a part of Space Force.
But do
But
you?
I'm like in my head thinking like
Have you
Starship
seen some of these
Troopers.
jarhead Marines
Right.
though? I don't want them going into space at all. Like, please do not put them on a space shuttle. Like, I just do not feel safe. Like,
Well, I mean, it is,
I've seen these Marines guys. They like drink Budweiser and like it's just no.
well, at least if they're in space, they're a lot farther away.
This is really true.
Yeah, but I just feel like no.
Put them on the moon. They can't blow up people in the
Yeah.
Middle East on the moon. Well,
No.
maybe they can. Depends
Maybe.
on how much range they have.
Maybe.
But no, I love Muppets Christmas Carol. But I also just say like for me, Jim Carrey's The Grinch. I still deeply love the fact that Jim Carrey is now like some kind of like enlightened hermit monk. That makes me really happy. I don't know if you guys have checked up on Jim
Yeah.
Carrey
Yeah,
recently.
He's kind of gone off the deep end a little bit, but it's he's
It's kinda-
he's all like peace and love and stuff now, so
Ye-
that's good.
I mean, it's a little out of the
Yeah, it's
norm,
like when he
but-
did like I feel like after he did the movie Number 23, he just was never the same.
Oh, I thought
again.
it was Bruce Almighty. I was like, I think he thinks he's God.
No, what it actually was, there's a documentary about it when he did Man on the Moon, and he was playing.
Yeah,
I can't remember. His name is escaping me.
but
Oh.
he did the role, like he immersed himself in the role,
Yeah,
right?
he got so into it that he like lost his mind, and like no one wanted to work with him because he was such a pain in the ass on the set.
Yeah.
And they made a documentary on it on Netflix, just about him, like behind the scenes. Andy Kaufman, that's his name.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
I like how they're like Jim Carrey just lost his mind. I'm like, did you guys see Mask? Like,
You seen any of it?
I mean, like any of them. I mean, like
Yeah.
Cable Man was really like seemed very accurately portrayed. I was like, God damn.
Oh my God, the Cable Man. I that was like we were talking about this in college. My buddy was like, "When's the first time you were a kid and you watched a movie and you realized it sucked?" And he was like, "The Cable Man."
Dumb and Dumber for me, actually.
Really?
Yeah, sorry guys. I
You
like
don't like the original Dumb and Dumber?
when I watched it as a kid, I didn't like it.
Oh,
I
I
think,
didn't
like,
get a lot of it.
I was like, I think I was like at the just wrong age. Like I wasn't old enough to be like a shithead stoner that was like, oh, this is hilarious, and I wasn't like young enough to like really get it. I was like at 11, and I was like, what the fuck's wrong with these people?
Yeah, like, why are these guys so dumb?
I was just like, this is awful. Like I
Yeah.
get that that's the movie, but I fucking hate it. Like I was just, I think, yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I think mine was like I remember Stuck on You was really dumb watching that, like
Oh, that's the one with Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear. Yeah.
yeah, that was
That one was a reach.
yeah.
Have y'all ever seen Tiptoes?
No.
No.
So if you're listening to this at home or if you're in the room right now, you should probably look up Matthew McConaughey, Peter Dinklage, and fucking somebody else huge is in it. It's called Tiptoes, and it's about Matthew McConaughey, who is from a family of dwarves, and he starts dating this super hot lady and brings her home, and he's like, like no matter how small, like their hearts are so big, and it's like him trying to introduce her to his dwarf family.
And
And it's like
Matthew McConaughey.
one of Peter Dinklage's original roles, and Matthew McConaughey's in it. It's fucking.
Wow.
Wow.
It's
That
nuts.
sounds really cringy.
It's
Yeah.
awful. Like he's like spent like kind of a lot of time and money trying to bury that film, but it's still out there.
Oh, man.
Poor Dinklage. At least he got redeemed.
Yep.
No.
Thrones was perfect for him. Until
yeah,
the
absolutely.
Until
Until
show was
the last-
terrible.
Okay.
It's 6 seasons long, and it's the best show ever. And I don't care what anyone says. It's only 6 seasons long.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of Christmas,
Another one of my favorites, I think Ken was talking about, because it is one of my favorite Christmas movies too, is Jingle All the Way.
oh yeah, there you go.
Dude, yeah, I like the one-liners in that movie, like put the cookie down, like
That guy was a governor.
That guy
Hey.
was a governor.
he was.
He might be again. We don't know.
Yeah,
Who knows? State of politics. Like, the people know who you are. What are you famous for? It doesn't matter. You're running now.
that's kind of what my goal is for Alabama. Is eventually I'm just gonna go
You
and.
go be the governor of Alabama.
I was gonna start off as a mayor, but I think they really need my help, so I'm just gonna go full governor. I'm gonna run as an independent too, to just be like, guys, red or blue, it doesn't matter. All right,
Oh.
doesn't matter.
All that matters is green.
All that matters
Yeah,
is green,
dollars.
babies. Dollar
Pay
bill.
me, bitch.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream.
Alabama's like, we don't know what that means.
Like, what?
I'm like,
Cream.
Wu Tang is for the kids. Roll Tide.
That'll go well. With,
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna.
with
That's
some
going
shit.
to be. my-
Alabama and Wu Tang are like peas and carrots, baby.
Yeah,
You could probably do mayor of Atlanta.
There you
Hey,
go.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be Donald Glover's thing. You know?
Oh,
I think he's got a
100%.
head start on you for sure. But
Yeah, exactly. I can't run in Atlanta. You know,
No,
I won't get those numbers there. You know.
Let's see. Any other good Christmas movies worth mentioning? Little honorable mentions. I
Mm,
mean, all the animated stuff as a kid, I still have a soft spot for. You know.
guys, I just watched Scrooged for the very first time.
Oh,
ever
with Bill
last-
Murray?
Yeah, last night.
What'd you think?
really?
Okay, like first off, I'm like shocked and appalled that I've never seen that movie until now because I fucking love Bill Murray and I'm like I've been saying Merry Christmas to people for this long and I didn't even know he had a Christmas movie, but it wasn't the feel good movie that I was hoping it would be. At the end of it, it was just kind of like, I mean, honestly, I think Bad Santa hits home in a more sentimental way.
Yeah.
There's just like a point where Bill Murray just has a nervous breakdown on cocaine and then just rants at people at the end, and it's like still really terrifying.
Like he never like learns his lesson.
No,
kinda
he
thing?
just like sees himself get burned alive or burned dead. I mean, you know, while he's alive, he's watching his body get burned, and that's like he just has a mental breakdown and then kind of loses his mind. But it's like not like there's also like a mass shooting that almost happens. That's like one of the main like comedic points at like the ending of the movie, like a guy with a shotgun going through his office like trying to kill people. So it just hit a little differently.
Whoa.
I think, in a
I have
po-
not seen this movie.
No,
by
I
the
have
way.
not.
Oh, sorry. It's from
Oh.
1988. I wasn't sure if like we were past the spoiler
No, well, I
point.
mean, I don't know if I would ever see it, but that's
Yeah.
an interesting synopsis.
It is.
Yeah. No, I mean, I explain movie plots really poorly. But that,
I'm gonna watch it and I'll be like, none of this happened at all.
no, 100% though. Like I was just like, well, like some movies just read differently now. Like I mean, in a post Me Too era, like Miss Congeniality reads really differently.
Did you just say in a post Mewtwo era?
I wish.
I was like, what?
Yeah, there's like 700 more Pokemon now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
we
that
are in
that
a
is true
post-Me Too
too.
era.
Yeah. That,
We've been in that era for a long time, Miles.
I
oh,
know.
wow.
Really, since like Crystal. Come on, Doug.
Yeah.
God.
No, there's definitely a lot of movies now that like with a 2019, 2020 eye, you watch it and you're like, oh man.
Yeah.
Actually, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, dude. I watched it with my mom like a couple of Christmases ago because it just came on TV and I was over there, and we were like, "Holy shit, this movie is bad!" Like they are straight up like. Even Santa's like, I can't have this red-nosed fuck in my sleigh. Get him the fuck out of here. He's different. Kill it. Like, we're just like, what the fuck? Like, and then this elf getting shunned because he wants to be a dentist. Like, dude, they get them benefits. Let him be a dentist.
Yeah,
like,
right?
back
Jokes on all those elves. He's got a lot better job security than all of
yeah,
them. You know?
absolutely.
Yeah,
He's-
you guys are on a like slave labor shop. Like,
I know,
Yeah, right,
like,
yeah.
also,
Like, do you guys even want to be here?
Yeah, I know.
yeah, also, don't y'all, like, you probably need to go to the dentist, you know?
Yeah. There's just, I mean, they
You
eat
eat
candy
candy,
canes
yeah.
and shit all day.
Yeah, literally, you like need to go to a dentist. Like your and primary diet is like gumdrops and candy canes and sugar plums and
Yeah.
Um,
Gotta have a dentist for that.
yeah.
When you guys called, I was actually halfway through Santa Claus.
Oh, with what's his face, Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, it took me so long to realize it was called like I didn't
It's
realize
just
till
a
I was an
clause.
adult. Like
clause,
clause,
yeah.
like you know, like a document or you
Yeah.
know
I actually just realized that right now as you were saying.
what.
Did
Yeah,
it say
like-
it weird, like the Santa Claus.
Yeah, I was just like, why do they
Oh,
just call him that? Like that's just, but it's a clause.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a clause.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
because
Santa-ness.
yeah, I guess if you push Santa off, oh, it's a clause. Like you pushed him off, you're now the new. Yeah, you know, I was like,
Right.
oh,
It's a
yeah.
binding agreement, if you will.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
you're gonna get fat and diabetic.
Yeah.
And at least you know, are forced to go work really hard
I was like
one night a year.
midway through that point when he was just like he's just like ballooning up like in front of the camera, and I'm just like, this is just so good. Like also divorced families in a Christmas movie. I mean, it kind of hits home for me. I'm just like,
Aw.
representation.
Yeah. 2 Christmases.
Yep.
I don't want 2 Christmases.
All I want for Christmas is mommy and daddy to get back together. Oh no.
Yeah, that's pretty much the plot of Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Actually, I was like, this is a Disney movie. I didn't know this was allowed.
Yep. The wild.
Allowed.
Oh my lord.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Disney Plus lately. It's been doing weird things to me.
I actually had to take like I was like I need to get off of Disney Plus for like a minute. Like
Have you seen any of the ones that have disclaimers at the beginning?
yes,
yeah.
Dumbo has one.
I'm
They
glad that they
should.
didn't change it though. They didn't go back and fuck with it. They're just like, look,
Well,
it's
even
a different time. Watch the movie. if
well,
you want
yeah,
to.
like I think
I
even
think it's important for people.
Whoopi
to-
Goldberg
Yeah.
came out and said something about this because it was like a cartoon that was super racist. And she was like, "Yes, it's racist, but if we fix it or change it, we're acting like it's
We're
never."
whitewashing history.
Yeah, we
Right, yeah.
like none of this never happened. Like you're just like, oh, we were terrible people, but we shouldn't remember that. No,
Right.
we need to remember sometimes we're shitheads. You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't gone back and actually watched any of the ones with the disclaimers, but I did like immediately have to look that up when I saw it. I was like, what did they say? Like, I really just wanted to know for like Peter Pan, like how they justified that whole like Native American Indian scene.
Yeah.
They were just like, yeah.
I think it was good intentions. They're just like, oh, we're gonna have silly people, and then they just made them look like really stereotypical. And
When are they going to apologize for Jar Jar Binks? Is really what I
That-
wanna know.
Yes,
He's supposed to be a Sith Lord is the thing, and I wish George Lucas would have committed.
Okay,
my
I've
brother
heard
actually
that
believes that, and I don't. I think it's just justifying really shitty. Writing.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I think that he would like. I've seen it. Like I've
He
seen.
almost single-handedly brings up on the role that the Empire plays. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, and then like I went back
Real
and I-
piece of shit.
yeah, like and he was totally doing drunken monkey on those droids, man. I don't care what you say. Like, yeah. He knew what he was doing. He does.
You know who didn't know what he was doing was George Lucas when he
That's-
wrote that.
He just
movie.
should have asked me
100%
what was
true.
up, dude. I would have been like, "Hey, man, it's cool, but let's just make him a little less goofy and more like, yeah, I don't
No,
know."
I would have been like, here, let me give you some advice. Take a step back and let someone else write it like all the other good ones.
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks George Lucas just produced the original trilogy. He didn't write or direct them. Like,
Yeah.
not himself. And then the prequels, he was like, I got this. I'm going to knock it out of the park, you guys. And he obviously pooped his big boy pants.
Well, the problem is that, and I'm gonna stand by this, and this is controversial yet brave,
Oh, boy.
but I really think that the
Is that
actual
your rap name?
yeah, it's so long. So I really think that all of those movies are in like essence pretty perfect. They just needed about 45 minutes stripped off of every one of them.
I think
Like
they needed better director and a better
dialogue would have been
yeah,
nice.
dialogue.
One
But
of
if you
the-
cut out like if you cut out like all of Jar Jar Binks, like generally the way that the story was written as far as like the major plot points of what happened, I still think worked really well.
Yeah.
I like how this was supposed to be a Christmas podcast.
It's
but
just all Star Wars.
Hey. That's actually really okay with me. Like that's like the perfect Christmas podcast for me. You know, this is going perfectly. Yeah.
May the festivities be with you.
Ew. Yeah.
May the eggnog be with you.
Oh God, I drank so much eggnog last night.
I
Like,
haven't
got
had-
a ton
in
I
the
don't want it
fridge.
to be.
I haven't had any
really
eggnog this. I might steal a cup of eggnog from you because I haven't had any eggnog this season.
Go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good.
A
That's
lot
good
of
for
people
you.
are super weirded out by eggnog, and I feel like that's so sad.
It's
It
got a bad
is.
rap. I feel
Eggnog
like.
does get a bad rap, and actually, we made some homemade eggnog. I'm lying at Thanksgiving. I didn't, but someone did. I didn't get to have any of it though, but it looked good because it was kind of thick.
How do you
Yeah.
make it? Do you know how to make it?
No, Alfred made it with Adrian. I didn't really ask.
Ooh.
We made it at our house too. It's actually like, I mean, it helps if you have like a like KitchenAid or something.
Like an immersion
Right.
blender.
Yeah, exactly, immersion blender
It's just like egg and
and heavy cream and like half and half, and then like milk on top of that, and then sugar.
Holy
nutmeg.
shit!
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
fucking
all dairy, all
It-
the dairy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically like drinking Alfredo sauce that's sweet. Like that's like what,
That's what it's
more or
sounding
less
like.
is.
I'm like, ugh.
just gonna pour nog on my noodles and give it
Yeah.
a shot. See how that goes.
Yeah, eggnog noodles. That actually sounds like a really weird Asian dish for some
Oh,
reason.
dude, I
Eggnog
used
noodles.
it.
Eggnog
I used it
noodles.
to make French toast this morning.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I
Did
know.
you bring us any?
I'm sorry. I would have.
Go.
I know. I
Go.
was like so nervous about being late though. I was like, holy shit.
We would have just smashed for like 20 more minutes.
Yeah, we
We
were
would've-
already smashing so hard, bro.
Yeah.
We just kept
You-
smashing.
Do you want to join us for Smash after this, Kaylee?
Oh my god. I mean, probably like with an invitation like that, how can I refuse?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
You can take her to the Smash Cock,
Oh, the battle cock.
the Battle Cock.
I made a level on there that's a giant penis, and we fight on it. It's
oh
great.
my god.
You
That's
can fall through the balls though. Be careful.
incredible. I need a Switch in my life apparently.
Yeah, you do. Get yourself a Christmas present.
I know. I haven't even gotten Breath of the Wild yet. It's so sad
Oh, it's so
for me.
good.
I don't like calling it a Switch though because it sounds kind of kinky or like.
Oh, but this entire conversation up until now, this is where you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
draw the
right?
line.
This is-
Let me go get the Switch and we can smash. Ooh, giggity, giggity.
Like that is the least dirty thing I've
Yeah.
done in the last 6 minutes.
On the-
At least. But like, I think we're at 30 minutes now, so yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
On that, I don't know why I'm thinking about too, but like on changing the names of things, I guess, kind of, sort of like. I remember once upon a time, like I was going to the gas station, and I was like, "What are you gonna do over there?" I was like, "I'm just gonna pick up a couple tall boys," and like, "Fucking fag," and I was like, "Well, I guess when you say you're going to a gas station, pick up a couple tall boys, it does kind of sound that way." So I started calling them fat girls instead of tall boys.
Ooh, we're gonna go pick up some fat girls.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the gas station and get a couple fat girls, and it's like, well,
I'm calling all normal sized beard short boys from now on.
short boys.
There's some short boys and fat girls. That's all you need.
That's all you need in your life: short boys and fat girls, and.
As a short boy, I will allow that. I think that's.
I would watch that sitcom. I would.
Oh, I just kind of feel like it'd have like that Robin Big intro. Let me tell you about my best friend.
Yep.
Short boys, fat girls. Will be right back.
Yeah, hey, y'all get any Christmas presents so far this year?
So we went to a white elephant party for management for the food and beverage department I work in. And I got, dude, it was so terrible though. So this is like a bunch of adults, right? And it's like 50, 40 plus people. And they have the white elephant, if anyone's done that before.
We call it Dirty Santa. Like it's called something different all around the world.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But the premise is there's a pile of gifts. You draw a number. You can either draw from the pile or you can steal somebody else's gift you already drew. Well, nobody put any limits to the amount of times you could steal. And like these people were so petty. I mean, there was one time where Derek, my assistant, he stole a gift from somebody, and then they stole a gift, and then they stole a gift, and they stole a gift, and we had, I think, 15 steals before someone would just draw another thing. And like the same, it was like the same 5 gifts. Like the same gifts would switch hands 3 or 4 times in one turn. And it's just like, you guys, just go pick one from the pile. Like, let's be adults here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was the problem with ours. Like, no one was stealing, so it went really fast. Like, our white elephant, like, went within, like, 10, 15 minutes.
That's the way it should be. And,
Yeah.
like, maybe you steal one time, and it's like, oh, that's
yeah.
so crazy.
And that was the thing, too. Like, the thing that got stolen, like, it got stolen twice out of circulation, and it was like, dude, you stole it from your roommate. It's a dartboard. It's going to the same house. Like,
yeah, right.
y'all are
yeah.
fucking retarded. Like, it's a waste of a steal.
You guys can share the dartboard.
This is what a great Christmas pastime to really bring out the best in human.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes, but I always grab a dirty, not a dirty gift, but like that's why we call it Dirty Santa. It's because like sometimes you get screwed because the gift that you picked is literally like.
Double-ended dildos.
Yeah, I remember one
yeah.
time I brought paraphernalia as a present, and they didn't tell me that it was a super family. Like one, and this little girl opens it and she finds like a cellum and a one-hitter, and like
Oh, no.
and they were just like, "What is that?" And I was like, "I didn't bring that. I don't know who."
Yeah, who did that?
Yeah.
Do that, God.
I also picked like the bag shaped like wine bags because there's usually a wine bottle in it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's this one guy at this party who he went up and like there was a bunch of them that were just obviously just like bottles of liquor, and he would go up and grab it, and then someone would steal it, then he would just go get the next one that looked like a bottle of liquor, and someone would steal that from him, and he would just go get the other one. Like, so he picked like all of the ones that looked like booze, and I think everyone stole them from him too.
I would have immediately opened those and started drinking them and be like, fine, steal it from me. I've already
Yeah.
had fucking.
That's
a
actually-
third of
I
this."
just start like licking it, like it's mine now.
Yeah. I remember like one time, like I brought all my friends over for Christmas, and like the thing that got stolen the most is my buddy bought that Batman helmet from the shitty movie, where he with Ben Affleck and whatnot.
I was like,
Oh.
which one?
Yeah, it was the shitty Batman. Yeah, which one? Joel Schumacher,
There's a few.
Yeah, George Clooney Batman with nipples,
Oh man,
Oh,
the
that's the
nipple
best
suit is
one.
the best.
I bet it is for you.
Even I think that's when I was like, oh, I've been awakened. Like,
Uh,
I'm 10,
Ooh.
but oh my
Oh
god.
God.
I just
Plus-
saw rubber nipples for the
Plus,
first
they,
time.
like everybody always fixates on the nipples, which I think that just on a dude, they find it especially offensive. But like, did nobody else forget about the ass crack? Like,
Yeah, I
That was-
actually.
Oh,
far more sexual in my mind.
he was basically just like naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like had like a spray. Like I was like, is this Burning Man? Did you just spray this on? Like what? Like,
That could be considered a Christmas movie because that's the one with Mr. Freeze, and they freeze all of Gotham.
That's
it's true. That is.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that that's
I think at one
officially-
point he's wearing a Santa hat.
Is there a point where he's like hole, and then spray somebody with ice? Because that would make sense.
No, I think he's literally singing the what's the the Hot Miser and Mr. Cold song. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's Mr. White Christmas. He's
Yeah.
Mr. Snow. Yeah.
Yeah, that-
Oh man.
yeah. He's singing that with a Santa hat on. Poor Arnold, dude. Poor Arnold.
Somehow
God.
did not disrupt his political career.
Nope, he was Mr.
Neither-
Freeze with a
neither did
shaved
Conan.
head. Yeah,
Like that guy's indestructible. I'm just like, damn.
literally
Yes.
indestructible. Literally.
Everything I remember about that movie is just how many fucking like all of his dialogue was one-liners like chill out.
Yeah.
And then he'd blast you. He'd be like,
Everybody
"Freeze."
freeze.
No, the best one was what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
I also thought it was just, like super weird. Like all of a sudden, like Batman and Robin, for whatever reason, have ice skates on their boots.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was even as a kid, I was like, that's not practical. Like
Like, how many times do
like,
you use
good-
this?
Yeah, like and you just happen to have it now. Like
Also, the Bat card. Like the
oh yeah,
platinum
never
Bat
leave
card,
home
never
without.
leave- I was like, is there a Bat bank? Like, how do people not know you're Bruce Wayne?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
He's already got the bat cave. He can just have like a big bat vault in there, I guess, and start giving out bat credit to people.
Yeah, he's like Batman Chase, you know.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh dude.
J.P. Morgan, Batman.
Wow.
Okay, so I bring this up because I got the weirdest Christmas present I think I might have ever gotten. I received Night in Paris on DVD, which is a porn.
That's with Paris
Oh
Hilton.
holy shit! I thought you were talking about like.
No, it's a porn.
Oh yeah, I actually had that one as a kid.
Oh, really?
All right.
So apparently I'm one of the only people in my generation who has not seen this, but I have a couple of follow-up statements having now seen the actual DVD. First off, there's no way that was not released intentionally. Like, is that...
No, it was. It was that whatever guy that Paris Hilton was banging was just a greaseball, and he made sex tape, and he's like, I can make a bunch of money if I just fuck her over, and so he did.
But the thing is, like, the actual cover of the CD has several, like, whatever the late 90s, early 2000s equivalent of a selfie is. Like, she's clearly, like, definitely aware of and taking nude photos for the cover.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
I think once it was released, you just kind of like got in front of it. It was like, okay, I have a porno now.
I think it was all just shit that this guy had that she gave to him. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know the youth, the children these days,
The
they love
youth.
taking
The
naked
sexting.
pictures. Yeah, the sexting and the penis pics or whatever you call
Yeah.
them.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. PPs.
The peepees.
Yes. Showing off their PPs on their PPs.
The PP pictures.
Yeah, PP.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's the only thing I've gotten for Christmas so far this year, and I'm not
well,
really
lucky you.
sure what to make of it.
I
But,
got stepbrother socks at the White Elephant party I went to. I wore them already. They're already dirty, so they're in the laundry.
There you go.
And I bought myself this really cool obsidian chain, you know, for myself because I was like, I earned this.
that's the most fucking Dragon Ball Z shit I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, it
Is
is.
that what it is?
It's not Dragon Ball Z at all. It's literally just a yin yang. It keeps me balanced. I'm going to the
Yeah.
dark side at work all the time because it's happening. It's happening. I'm gonna become a Sith Lord chef
Yeah, I
instead
think
of a
that's
Jedi.
like a yin yang with the I Ching symbols around it.
I
Something
think
like
so.
that.
I was just
Yeah.
like, hey, I like that one. Literally, I was like, I like that one right there. That one speaks to me. And now you're calling me a DBZ nerd, and I've never even seen all of DBZ.
Well, who has? Like, who has time for GT?
Isn't
really?
there like a billion episodes of that
Yes.
cartoon?
But I haven't. I've barely scratched the surface of it. Like
Oh, man.
barely.
Oh man.
That was just that show for me. I didn't have cable. It was
Neither
just,
did
like,
I.
And I just like knew it was on cable, and people said it was cool, and it was always like this like
I didn't
elusive
see DBZ
thing, like,
until I was
whoa.
a man.
yeah. And then I saw it when I was a man, and I was like, oh, this is just a weird fucking Japanese
It
cartoon.
absolutely, yeah. It
Yeah.
absolutely is that. But when you're like 10, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it takes 10 episodes to see one thing happen. Yeah.
So I have like a confession. I love watching anime. Like I watch it all the time. That is my thing that I do. Like when I'm trying to watch. Like I don't do reality TV shows or any other mindless television. For me, it's anime. But I watch it at the gym a lot because it gets me pumped up. You know, because you're like, oh, we're gonna fucking fight the demon lord while we're fucking doing the stairmaster. This is great. And
Huh.
then I get called out by people I know because they'll walk up behind me and you have like huge headphones on and you're just like trying to like get down on some anime,
As
and
you
I
get
have to like
naturally, yeah.
really quickly be like, oh, like,
Oh,
I'm
don't
so-
watch-
wait,
don't watch
no,
me.
like this wasn't.
Oh, no,
it was a night in Paris. Don't even worry about it. No, it's fine.
That reminds me. I had a buddy of mine. He literally, he was like an adult, and he was obsessed still with like old school WWE wrestling.
Oh my god.
And the one time his girlfriend like caught him watching it, and came in and was like, "What are you watching?" He was like, porn."
I would probably say the same thing too, because wrestling is so.
Close to porn?
Well, it's also way more embarrassing.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I remember one day I looked around, like I realized I couldn't work at this restaurant anymore because it was like I was at Dickie's Barbecue in Alabama, and I was like, "Oh, dude, the Ravens are playing tonight or something." He's like, I don't care. It's Monday night. We're watching Raw." And I was like,
Oh,
"We are." I was like, "Okay, I can't work here anymore, dude." Like,
Ooh, I
you
gotta
literally
go.
lost. Like, I already had a lot. Like, I didn't have a lot of respect for this place, but now I have none. You are my manager. No, no.
I can't believe the resurgence that pro wrestling is having right now. It's unbelievable.
Well,
It's the
there's a
downfall
lot of
of
things.
America.
There's a lot of things about America that constantly confuse me.
It's an interesting time to be alive.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, well, that's coming back.
I would probably watch like luchador wrestling because that shit looks dope. You know, like those luchadors get down, man.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Dude, there's still a really active community of what is actually referred to as midget wrestling in Georgia. Like you can go see midget
What?
wrestling, and they advertise it like that. And they're like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. What
We're
we-"
midgets in
Yeah.
this case.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, we got a problem, fight me."
Yeah.
Like, "Sorry, midget."
And
don't
you're
hurt
just
me."
like, oh my god. Like I was like, isn't that not like an acceptable term anymore? And they're just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm a wrestler. And you're like, okay,
You got it.
Yeah. No, my
I-
brother just went like last
I
weekend.
need to see that like really badly.
I bet there's a 100% chance you can find this on YouTube if you Google
No, I
it.
want to see it live, Kyle.
I'm sure it's a way better experience.
Yeah, just like I feel like the same thing. Like I could probably like YouTube like a midget stripper, but I'd probably want to see it live more. Like
Well, this has been a very interesting Christmas themed podcast.
Yes.
Star
Sorry.
Wars porn and
And midget wrestling.
yeah,
And regular wrestling.
and regular wrestling. God, there's so many tangents here.
You guys want to go smash?
Yeah, absolutely.
do
I'm
it.
gonna smash that ass.
Well, thanks you guys for listening. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas, guys.
Yep.
God
And
bless us.
if you are still around, I believe there's still tickets available to see all three of us perform at the Chief Theater on New Year's Eve. Also, it has been confirmed we've got my buddy Robbie the Fire Bernstein coming in from New York City. He's going to do a show with us on February 13th and 14th. It's Thursday, Friday being Valentine's Day. So we're going to do
Ooh.
2 shows. We're selling tickets. They're only $5 though. You can buy them ahead of time. I'm not sure if the event has been created yet, but it will be soon. So keep an eye on that. It's on our social media. And keep an eye out for open mics too. If you want to come see us do that and want to try it yourself, those will be coming up here Tuesday after New Year's Eve. That'd be the 7th, and that's at the Barley. And then the week after that, the 14th, at the Press. We're gonna go there for the first time. Pretty excited to work with them.
I'm really excited to go eat at the restaurant they have in there. It's
Oh
Jamaican
my God,
food.
Marcia
Oh,
and
yeah.
Joe are my favorite people. In
Yeah,
Steamboat.
It was just a bar, and then this other restaurant. There was already a restaurant. They like collaborated, right?
They originally, when I first moved here, they had the taco stand next to Salt and Lime, and then they moved into the Chow Gelato place, and then they moved into the Press.
Which
Oh,
was
cool.
smart for them because the gelato place was like next to Steamboat Smokehouse.
That's
and
actually why they moved out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're really good. You guys.
Yeah,
should,
no,
everyone
I-
should
yeah.
go eat there.
Yeah, well, we're gonna eat there when we go.
Yeah,
play.
when we do open mic
At the
on
Press.
the 14th of the Press.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Cool. And yeah, we got a few other things we're in talks with coming up. So stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram and on Facebook and all those things.
Also, Jay-Z is back on Spotify. Just letting you guys know. He was gone for a while.
Is his Christmas album up there?
Yeah, sure. It's just A Hard Knock Life on repeat.
All right. Thank you guys. See you later.
Later.